What's going on, EDC people, and what's our journey today? I'm Bob. This is EDC Journeys. If you like my content, please subscribe so that I can not only send my notifications will go to you, but it'll also allow me to be popped up for multiple other people, and they get to hear my message as well, and therefore it kind of grows based off of subscribers. It's very difficult when you're small because until you get a certain amount, you can't just get a steady growth. You have to, getting to say 1,000 is very difficult. So if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. This is, I'm going to tell you right now.
Fake. It's a fake. It's a fake.
How do I want to start this video? I bought a Benchmade. I'm not going to say where from. Don't ask. Please don't ask. Because I won't say. And it's not important. I wouldn't want to repeat and I'll tell you why. You'll learn why just by watching. So let's open it. It's been opened before, so if you see use on it, don't jump on it right off the bat, because I did rebox it just for the dramatic effect of me rolling that out like that. Let me put the stuff under things. And okay, so first of all, we have this. The neighbor's leaving with his truck. Under the tablets, or not tablet. Oh my god. Thing. Yes. Pocket clip. Words are hard for me. Benchmade. Use and care. You can pause this and look at it if you like, but it's pretty top of the line for paper. I don't want to say top of the line paper as if I know what top of the line paper. It's not junk, used bubblegum wrapper paper. It's pretty thick. It feels real. I would be fooled by this. This looks like it came from Benchmade, and I would have no reason to question that, would you? But take a look at that. Very high quality. Silky. And look at the label. I mean, maybe to professionals or to people who are Benchmade collectors or professionals or whatever, you might see something glaring to you, but I don't, or didn't. The box, it's definitely high quality in material. It's built well. This is just the top, obviously. You've seen my, okay, of course I'm going to drop it. You've seen already, it's the 535 Bugout by Benchmade, blue class. Take note of the preciseness of the label, the UPC code, the blue class box, and the blue class and the box that it's in. I'm trying to keep it straight on the camera for you and stay in focus. Just take note of everything about it, and as far as I know, especially as a non-Benchmade person, everything looks pretty great, right? Looking on the front of the label, this is an important part of learning about counterfeits, I've found out, is just looking at the label. It has the axis lock. It feels quality, like something. It feels quality. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Manual open, CPM S30V, outdoor, everyday carry, 535 Bugout. Everything seems to be exactly right in the quality, and I don't have other Benchmades at all, really. I don't. So this is okay. I'm outside, so the sun is going in and out behind clouds, so you might see coloring changes happening, but maybe that's good because I want to show you how high quality this box is. Okay. Everything you would expect from a box, especially a used box or a collector's used box. Everything you would expect from a Benchmade, right? Oh, except for maybe we should talk about the knife. Yes, the axis little thing. Let me keep that all together though, so I don't lose all this. There it is. There's the bug out, right? I'm trying to see what you see. S30V. Take a look at the thumb studs. Look at the Benchmade logo. The sun's coming back out. Let me try to get you some different angles. And quality of image, or whatever. Let me go zoom. Right? Now remember, I'm not a professional Benchmade person. I like knives. I feel like I've played with them a lot, and I have an opinion on things, and I have a YouTube channel, but I've not experienced every Benchmade, and I'm noticing the swedging is just nice and sharp and crisp. The axis lock is fine. It's definitely a little stiff because I don't play with it that much. But for those of you who know what a Benchmade is, you just heard it go back and forth plenty of times. And if you don't know what a Benchmade is, maybe I could do it with, no, I'm not zoomed in. Yeah, there we go. You can kind of see. Okay. Well, again, take a look. There's a fly. Get away. Take a look at the pocket clip. It's got the, I'm trying to see it through the screen. Deep carry pocket clip, which is what the Benchmade Bugout pocket clip looks like as far as I know, right? Everything's looking great. Looks like a great specimen. I can definitely feel why people are suspect of the FRN, because it's kind of weird feeling and kind of feels a little cheesy, but I get why it was used. It is strong. I know I've seen the videos of people doing it, but it just, I mean, the bottom line is it feels that way, right? Okay. So for all intents and purposes, I should start using this knife that I just bought, right? It's cool. It's a Benchmade Bugout. It's what everyone talks about, right? It's, I mean, it's not any special edition of it or anything, but it's a Benchmade Bugout. It's got the cool axis lock. It's full, I mean, what's the catch? Why am I showing this to you? It's fake.
It's a fake.
It's a clone. It's not real. So this is the lengths of which a company would go I mean, this is not a low quality box. This is exactly what you would expect, or at least what I would expect if I ordered a Benchmade. I would be fooled without a doubt. Then I started doing some research, and the research shows up things like, take a look at where the butter, I mean, I'm sure there's a million bajillion really bad copies of it, you know what I mean, like, but this is a good copy of it. Look at where the Benchmade butterfly logo is. Look at the blue quality on the thumb studs and standoffs. And I'm trying to show it to you and move it around in the light just so you can see it. That's why I'm... Okay. It does have the cartridge liners, just like the Benchmade Bugout's supposed to have. I can't you can see. Let me see if I can add light to this situation for you. To Saturday Knife Live. Look at, it's like the same exact internal skeletonization, I believe, as the bug out would be. At least I wouldn't have any reason to question it. Can you even see that? I'm talking about what's it's so hard to see the like little see how it kind of looks like Lego chunks or whatever. That's see, okay. Oh, and there's the cartridge liner. See the silver right there? That's the cartridge liner holding the Omega lock, and I have disassembled this. I didn't record it. I should have. It was stupid not to. Now, the point of this video is not to scare you, not to start anything, not to get old fights going. I don't know where this stands in the public's eye today. I am just a guy that lives in Vermont. It's 2021, and I'm playing with the bug out because it's basically the coolest thing that's on the market right now, right? Or it's one of the coolest knives that people talk about these days. So a lot of people have them. That's all I'm trying to say. Amongst other knives. Spider-Made. Oh my god. Spyderco Delica. Spider-Made. I'm trying to line this up by whatever, and it looks different through the camera, I swear to god. Anyways, why am I showing you all this? Solaris came, okay. Oh, I do want to tell you an update about the Solaris that I would feel bad if I didn't mention. Okay, wait, this is not the time for that. Yes, it is, because I just want to get it out of the way. It does have a little bit of what I think is called detent lash. Just a tiny, I mean, the tiniest amount. And I don't care. It's probably something else to do with the defectiveness of this knife. And I don't care about that because I paid a lower price for it. I don't have any qualms with it, but I just want to point it out because I would feel bad after basically cherishing it by not mentioning something if I didn't notice it, and I just didn't notice it. It does have the slightest, and that's I don't even know if that's just the way it rests, but it does have the slightest amount of detent lash. And as far as noise, it's minimal, and like it takes going up to your ear, like, you know what I mean. So this, unless you're literally an asshole, and I hope I can say that on YouTube, and have your head down there, therefore your ears down there, you see, I was almost just punished for saying that. That's not going to bother me, but I do want to just make it clear. Okay, let me put that away. So, and I'm sure there's a ton of Benchmade people that are like, whether you're fans or employees or whatever you are, or just collectors, or like me, enthusiasts, that are looking at this and saying, oh my gosh, look at this idiot, he doesn't realize by looking at XYZ, you know, and maybe there is something that's blatant on this. But in the research that I did, it took me a while to find out how to identify if this was fake. And that's all I'm trying to bring to your attention. And some of those things were, as I just said, where the Benchmade logo is, the font, the 535 in USA, the R, where it sits on that, you know, the quality of the stamp, where it sits on the swedge or whatever. It's flipping over to the other side, the S30V. Oops. The font of it, the location of it, you know, what background is behind it, the blueness of the thumb studs, the blueness of the standoffs, the blueness of the FRN alone, the quality of the axis lock, the quality of the build. It has everything that you would expect, right? It has the internal cartridges, it has the plasticky type handles that everyone's talking about, and so what else should I expect? How much should I have paid for this? How much is a Benchmade Bugout right now, today? Right now, today, a Benchmade Bugout is, I have no idea. I'll put a price in right here. But the Benchmade Bugout is expensive, as far as I'm concerned. Take a good look at it in the sun, you know, realize how decently looking and of decent quality this is. To the average person, I think this knife is going to seem very much like the Benchmade Bugout. It's just surprising that it's not really a Benchmade Bugout, and that it's a fake. There's a lot of ways to look for how. There's a lot of clever, you know. Basically, there's a lot of clever ways to identify if you are possibly in possession of a counterfeit Bugout or other knife, especially higher end knives, Spyderco's, Microtechs, and the like. The bottom line is you can use the many resources available online, like YouTube. You could also go to the said company you suspect, but just make it be known that I've heard they dispose of knives that are found to be counterfeit. At least certain companies do. So let that be known before you do anything. Found as these companies are making a fortune off of eating the margin that Benchmade isn't getting, they're able to adjust and change. So if we find out that they, we know that the logo is all, we're really impressed with how the logo has got to be, they're going to make it be that way. So we've got to look for a lot of different variants, or not variants, but a lot of different variables, and a lot of different things that can be clues. Because there's also such thing as bad knives, or bad, knives that are just, didn't come out of the factory well. Maybe they just, the quality control guy was on a coffee break, or I don't know. But for all intents and purposes, I could be fooled by this completely, 100%. If you ask me where I got it, I'm just not going to answer. It's not, and it's no disrespect. It's just that I don't believe that these should exist. But the fact that I have it, which is just by circumstance, honestly, I'm a YouTube channel, and the Benchmade Bugout is a standard of measurement, so I might use it for that reason alone, because I don't have a Bugout. That's the only reason I would continue to use it as a measuring tool. This knife was designed entirely to fool somebody into thinking it was a Bugout, and designed completely with the intention of charging somebody a crap ton of money for a cool knife, but it wasn't really the right steel, and therefore they could cut all these other edges, and maybe certain other things that I just don't know about, but they cut every edge that you can imagine, believe me, to fool you, to put every extra dollar into fooling you, to believing that this is the real thing. Okay? Yes, this feels like the thing that you would get from a Bugout. This feels like the paper you would get from a Benchmade. This feels like the cloth you would get with a Benchmade. Maybe the logo is not exactly right, I don't know. But to me, that's as close to, I would, unless I had a reason to suspect it, I would never look at this and say, oh my god, this is suspect. I mean, right? I would just be excited about the knife. But it's fake. The company made it. They designed it to be made to fool people. It's a clone. That's not cool. That's a difference between Gienzo, excuse me, Ganzo, and a clone. Okay, a clone, and you can have your own opinion on a clone. I don't care. I'm not here to be judged or judge. I could care less. I'm just telling you my thoughts and theories on things. So let's just leave that there. The Ganzo I see as a plus to the EDC community because it brings people into it more than it deters people from it. People don't buy one of these and then say, yeah, I'm good for life. They buy one of these and then realize that, oh my god, I want something like a PM2 or Para 3 or whatever, right? An Orion Solaris or a Benchmade Bugout. This was designed for somebody for one or two reasons. One, to buy so that I could sell it to you and say it's a Benchmade Bugout and cheat you out of money. Or two, so that I could carry this and tell, with the intention of, I don't know, maybe somebody, do other people really notice your pocket knife? Am I just that seclusive that, I'm trying to, okay, let me grab something. This is a piece of paper. This is a pocket knife. Let me gingerly, okay. Of course, okay. Paper maybe not was the best example, but that's what's showing out of your pocket, basically, right? Essentially, can we agree on that? So that's, to buy this knife, knowing it's fake, you would have to want other people to believe that you have a Benchmade so bad that you're willing to pay the money to get a knife so that maybe somebody might notice this in your pocket, because it's not real. So you're fooling yourself is what I'm saying. Like, no one's going to care. So therefore, the only reason that I see viable is that it's made to cheat people. Certainly not going to perpetuate it. I don't want to call it out as a really good clone every time I pull it out. I don't like the fact that it could it's a direct theft from a company. Okay, this is where the difference for me is between Ganzo and a clone. Does that make sense to you? Ganzo, at least, they may do questionable blade shapes and things, but there's no fool. There's no questioning this is a Ganzo. Okay? And the 440C is real, and you know what? It's a damn okay knife to get into knives with. Oh my god, it's suddenly a windstorm. My thing's blowing away, but plugged to me. Oh god. I wonder what it is. I wish I could have like LTK test it or something. Or, I mean, I know he can't do that right now, but it's too bad. That's unfortunate, because it would be interesting to know what the compository or whatever is of this blade, because we know, when you know for a fact that it's not S30V, right? It's a different way to look at it. But okay, so I don't know if you've learned something about this today, but I'm not trying to scare anyone. The best way to buy a real knife and not get fooled is to buy it either from the manufacturer directly, from a trusted, reliable retailer or source. If you're getting it off of eBay or anywhere else that's trusting somebody, then you're trusting somebody. I mean, that's unfortunately the way it is. But I want to show you how far, what the extent they will go to make a knife look like the real thing, to trick you and fool you, and that sucks. In other words, there's no way to control people copying things in China. They're going to do it, but just realize that it's not all like Pez dispenser cheap looking stuff. It can be very real looking, and if you go secondhand, on any of these things, you have to be aware that that's possibly going to happen to you. And it's unfortunate, but there's a few things that I noticed on this knife that drew it out to my attention. With all the things, you know, I learning all those other things about it, like the logos, location, the font, the axis lock, the liner card, all those other things I knew, right? I learned about. And I looked, and they seemed as close as I could see, as far as I could tell, based on you know, internet pictures, because that's all I had to go by. It's not like I had another real Bugout to compare it to. And I might be able to, if I'm smart, put pictures up during this video where I'm showing you, you know, where I'm looking right now to point at the font. This is not me doing my little investigation. I've already done that. I'm just pointing it out to you. And then maybe I can, if I'm really smart, on this side of the screen, I'll put up a picture of a real one and show you how close it looks. Or at least how close it was enough to fake me out at first. Swedging. The grind lines. I shame the people who make this, not necessarily the people who buy it. You know, and there's circumstances where I could understand why you would buy a clone. I really can. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I could see a reason to buy one, honestly, truthfully. I could totally see a reason to buy one out of curiosity alone. Fisher Space Pen. This one's been rattly. It's a newer one. That's really annoying. Anyways, yeah, the font on the S30V, the Benchmade logo, the cartridges. But right. You see the reflection, I think. And it's where the jimping is. I knew all those things to look at, but the threading in these little holes is supposed to be black, not silver. The foam on the box. Usually the foam goes up higher on the side of a real Benchmade, from what I understand. It's the correct kind of foam, which is surprising. They went as far as to do the correct kind of foam in the box, but it's not the correct height. And I've personally never had a Benchmade, so that's why I had an interest in looking at his when he had a sale, a garage sale, and I was like, I don't think this is real. And he's a good friend of mine, and I ran back home and looked it up, and I was like, you know, I think whether or not it's real, it doesn't matter. I want to pay you the price you paid for it and get it off the street. It's like Nancy Reagan or something. But it's very scary how much effort and time they put into this. That is my very loud neighbor. You can see that, right? Like that's shiny. It's deceiving. I believe this is the same exact thing they say on one of the boxes. On the real boxes, I should say, not one of the boxes, the real boxes. This little, like, sticker. Is it a sticker? I can't see. No, it's not. Is it? I don't know what that is. It's a well-made box. I don't, you know, I mean, I know you don't want to sit here looking at a box for 20 minutes, but that's how I discovered it to be fake. What I do with it next is the question, but I wanted you to know how I found out it was fake. I wanted to alert you to buying things on the secondary market. If you really are concerned about getting a real deal, the real thing, do it the right way, and just get it the right way. I get it, okay? I get it's a controversial subject, but I'm more of the type of person to throw something or face it head on, and this is a problem. Hey, thanks for tuning in to EDC Journeys. If you enjoyed this video, click thumbs up. If you like my content, consider subscribing. This was the Benchmade Bugout clone video, and I hope you enjoyed it, or at least learned something from it.